Good morning, my friends. It's Belinda here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited by today's project and I hope you will be excited by it too. In my recent shopping haul, I picked up these two tags. They are tags. They've got, one's a little bit grubby, but that's okay. Like a postage stamp frame and some boxes and lines and a little postmark stamp on the back. They're quite a heavy cardstock and they have a really cool image and text and stuff on the front. There's a punch out hole there at the top. I actually forgot to show these in my haul because I'd set them aside to do a project with and then forgot because they weren't with everything else. So it's project day with these, and I'm not actually using these, I'm inspired by these. I think they are super fun. For the two, it cost me 50 cents. I didn't even know how much they were. I just picked them up and thought, they are coming home with me, and yeah, so they just charged me 50 cents for the two, and that is fine. So what I have done in preparation is I have a freebie for you. I traced around these because I think the shape, like how cool is that shape? I traced around them, then I cut them out. I traced them onto a cereal box and cut them out. Then I scanned these and then I digitized them and turned them into a digital. So fair warning, they are not perfect because there's a lot of handwork involved in these, so they're not perfect. But even as I look at this one, at these bits here, they are on the original, they're not even either. So I don't think I did too bad. So I'll just pop those aside for a moment. So there is a digital. It is available on my Facebook group Visual Vibes. There's an album there called Freebies. You're most welcome to go and pick them up. There are 2 pages. This one, which is just my template, these two that I've scanned and done a border around. So it's come out as like a greyish kind of colour, which is just how the scanner represented this. And then I also did them with coffee dyed on them as well. Just to give you options, there's multiple ways you can use these templates. You can cut them out and stick them on a bit of cardboard and use it as a template, and then you put your template on whatever you like, so a bit of cardstock or paper or whatever, and draw around it. And so you don't actually use these, decorate these, you just use it as a template. Or you can just print them off and as often as you like and stick them on any bit of cardboard or paper or whatever and decorate them up. Use them however you wish. That is wildly off, but like you can alter them. If you're not happy with how uneven they are, you can just alter the shape until you're happy with it. You can like fold it in half and then give it the same shape. Not a biggie, I don't think. It's like they're handmade. So to start with, what am I going to do? I've kind of prepared a lot of things but haven't thought through the whole process from beginning to end. I just kind of like the afternoon's wearing on. I need to get this video done, so let's jump in. And now I'm busy thinking, what's my first step? I think I'm going to keep these as templates, the ones from the cereal box. If we get time, maybe I'll play with them and create new templates. We'll see. So first up, I think I'll start with the coffee dyed ones. And I have a bit of cardboard packaging here. It's got this beautiful mottled brown interior, which I really love. And we'll only get one off of it, but that's okay. So I'm just going to cut this one loosely out. Not properly, because I'm going to be cutting it out once it's stuck on the cardboard. But I don't want excess glue all over the place either. So, scrap. I'll deal with that later. Right, so I'm going to stick it down to the blue side of this cardboard. Just find a glue stick that's actually got enough glue in it. Got a little bit of damage to the cardboard there. I don't think it will be too big an issue. I'm just going to cover this in glue stick. So I hope you've had a great week, my friends. I am pre-recording this because I'll be out for the day, as most of you will know because I've said it in practically every video I've done this week. And I'm pleased to say that there's even a Marguerite Miller video going up on Saturday. So I managed to get one done, which is super fun. Cute little story. I hope you enjoy the story. If you haven't watched my Marguerite Miller collage videos, I build all the prompts into a story. And I think tomorrow's story, because I think this is Friday's video, so tomorrow will be Saturday. Yeah, I really think it's a cute story. Cute little scenario that I've woven. And yeah, so hop along and watch that if you'd like to. Now, once it's glued onto cardboard, of course you can't fold it to match the shape. But, you know, by the time it's been hand cut a couple of times, it's going to alter. It's never going to be exact or the same. Even if you use the same template, it's going to be different every time you make it. So just embrace the imperfections. I do apologize that it's not perfect, but I didn't have too much time to fiddle around with it. And I really wanted to give you the shape as a template, imperfect though it may be, because I just think it's really fun. I didn't do the holes in them like the originals have, because I thought, well, it gives you options. You can not put a hole in, or you can put a large hole in, because the originals have quite large holes, or you could put a small hole. You could put a slot punch. Like if I put a hole there, then it kind of limits how you can treat it. Cut that off. This is quite weighty cardboard. You don't have to use cardboard at all, but I thought, in keeping with the original, which are quite a thick cardstock, I'd use, and my love of recycling, I'd use some cardboard packaging that's been sitting down in a box in front of my desk for quite some time, and it's like I need to be good about using it. I need to keep using it. So I used a piece for this, for the templates. I'm using this bit, and I've got another bit out for making some more a pastry packaging cardboard, which is a bit thinner than this blue stuff. Because this, believe it or not, was packaging for alcoholic lemonade that my hubby's boss bought for his staff. So it's lemonade, but it's got alcohol in it. So it held cans, which is why it's a bit more weighty, because it needed to support more weight, unlike the pastry packaging. Right, I think I'll do one at a time, because you know I don't do mess making, not truly. I'm going to ink. Now you can cut inside the black border, you don't have to leave the black border. I've just left it, just because I wasn't really thinking about what I wanted to do. I was just using it as a cutting, but I am inking where I've got a little white edge. And I do want to kind of give it a little bit of a distressed line on the inside. If you can see from these, which one does it show on better? This one is like a darker edge, distressed edge around that. So I want to, because this is our inspiration, remember, that's what we're aiming to replicate in our own way. So we're not copying, we're just using it as an inspiration. So I just want to get some of that darker edge going there. Oh, I do like the coffee dyed. I think it's gonna look cool. I haven't done a prototype because, you know, I've got these are my prototype. I will distress the back as well, but not right now. We do also have to, like, well, we don't have to, but I might do something on the back with that. Right, so the main things that I see with these, with this one has image and 2 lots of text, and this one has some script in the background. It has a focal image, some text at the top. So we're kind of loosely going along those lines, and I love the brown on brown. I think it's a really attractive look. It lends itself to vintage or nature or whatever style you like. So I'm going along those lines, and I have pre-fussy cut out or kiss cut a couple of images out of a gardening book that are black and white. I mean, how beautiful. Aren't they beautiful? And I'm going to vintage them up a little bit. Oops, where's my drop page? Oh, where's it gone? It's run away on me. Okay, let's just use a glue page. And I'm going to grab my vintage photo ink, and I'm going to kind of make it more sepia toned with the vintage photo. I'm going to brown it up a bit. You don't have to go neutral. You don't have to go brown or black and white or whatever. I do love it though, so that's what I'm doing, but you could use colour. You could use whatever you like. I've also got this gardening image of, it's a cross section of a planter box, which I thought was just really interesting. So it's got a coloured image on the back. So I'm going to do the same with that. Might need a little bit more ink. I'm going to prepare these. Don't know if we'll end up using them. Just depends on how far we get. This book I got these from is heavily water damaged. I picked it up at a free library. Heavily water damaged, and it does have some mildew, so there are parts of the book I can't use, but there are plenty that I can, and it's absolutely full of this type of image. A lot of them are smaller or finer, so I chose out some that were kind of more suitable for the size of our tag here. Now, if you want to make smaller tags, just print 2 to a page, so you'd end up with 4 of them, or you can just have 2 smaller ones. You don't have to print 4 off. You could just have print 2 to a page, but just print 1 copy. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain because I know how to do it. But anyway, play around with your printer. So I really like this. I think I'll start with this one. I want to put some text in the background, so I'm going to do some stamping wherever I hid my stamp. I've also pre-stamped some images that we might use and some text. So this is just lots of different, there's a bit of ledger, some scripty headings and lists and bits and pieces. It's really fun. I use this one quite a lot. I do need my drop sheet, and I just saw it. Yay, I put it away somewhere it doesn't belong. That's typical, isn't it? When you can't find something, it's because you put it somewhere it doesn't belong. Right, I'm going to stick with the brown on brown kind of vibe. And let's see what coffee will look like. I think this is getting a bit dry, but it doesn't need to be strong for this. Just needs to be some sort of background detail. And I don't need the whole width of this. Puss has just woken up. He didn't come for lunch. So I'm like, please don't want lunch now because I'm busy. You can have some biscuits if you want something, Puss. I'll have to feed you afterwards. Yeah, that's lovely. I've just got a little patch up here that I'd like to put something on. Oh, he's gone outside. That's all right. Must be bathroom break time. And maybe I either didn't ink it very well or didn't press down and didn't really get much down the bottom. So I just gave it another wee press there. Okay, so we have some text in the background. Oh, I'm loving it already. Right, words. Can do words at the top and bottom. I did actually think some numbers might be quite nice, because, you know, numbers are always nice. My poor plastic packaging's coming apart. Split at the seams. So maybe this little number, just a teensy. It's a long number, but it's really small. Let's grab out a block. And I've found I love stamping with my ground espresso distress ink. Don't typically stamp with distress ink because it's not really suited to stamping, but I love this colour for stamping. So I think if I do go to VersaFine Clear, I'll be looking for something that's close to this colour. So I'm going to put that there. Oh, that's so cool. Love it. Do we want to put something, maybe figure 1, figure 2? Why not? Put it on the other side of my block. So quite simple really. Once you've got all your bits planned, you can throw them together fairly quickly. Just going to put that right in there so it's close to the focal image. Right, my stamped words are also stamped in the ground espresso, and I've done it on a light coffee dyed paper. Well, it's light on the side that I've stamped. So I wasn't sure whether I wanted them stamped on something that I then stick on, or whether I wanted to stamp directly onto my tag. So I thought, well, I'll do some on paper. So I'm just going to fussy cut this out, because I just wanted to have some things prepared ahead of time. And I thought, well, I can't prepare the stamping on the actual tag ahead of time, because that would be doing the project. So have you got anything going on this weekend? What are you up to? I don't know what the weather's supposed to be doing here yet. It's currently wet and cold, and I think it's supposed to be like that all week, but I don't know what the weekend's looking like. But Saturday we'll be having a down day. We'll be just blobbing, as we have been for the last 4 weeks before this, with the extra running around that we're having to do. Oh, I like that. Quite simple but beautiful and effective. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, glue stick or tacky? I'm going to go tacky glue, I think. Just because I can't be bothered dealing with gouging out my glue stick with all these little leafy bits and stems and things. Now you could do even more. You could layer it up with book page, and maybe we might do one like that. You could, you know, take the inspiration and then springboard with it. Use what you've got, what you like, what you have available, and what style you like. pretty, 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 pretty. Might have to get out my labels too. I think the Junk Journal Studio labels will suit these as well. Special delivery. Do we want to add a label? Or do we want to do some like splatter or something, some coffee staining? Like now we're departing from our base inspiration. We've done our inspiration. We've got our text, we've got our focal image, we've got our text in the background. Now we're taking our own aesthetic and our own ideas and adding to it. Can't resist a good splatter, you know. So grab out another block. What colour? I don't want something super dark. Actually wondering about old paper. Just for a subtleness, so it'll either show or it won't, but we can give it a go. Yeah, it does. It actually looks very similar to the coffee colour, actually. I was hoping for it to be a little bit different, but it's actually, yeah, quite similar. There we go. Just a few little subtle details. Also wondering about dots. I did not grab out my dots, so just give me a moment. Can't find those wherever they're hiding. Dotties, where are you? Come out. There we go, dotties. It's actually a Christmas set. It's snow. It's supposed to be snow. I just like using the dotties. Okay, let's put it on the back there, and let's do the old paper again. Actually, I'm going to take that off because it's going to be in the way. So. Oh, come on, lid. Thank you. So grab out all your browns that you've got in your arsenal to use. Yeah, dotties. Add some dotties. And over top of our title there, just to kind of bring it all together. There we go. I think that's enough. Don't want to go overboard. I'm going to call that one done. On the front, do I want to do anything on the back? Let's just dress around it while we have a think what I might be able to do. Do have a line sort of stamp somewhere. I might have to delve back into my bin of stamps because it's not something I grabbed out either ahead of time. So again, I'm just kind of trying to give it a bit of a heavier border. I also haven't done anything about a hole or a topper, but I kind of like it as is. Right. Oh, I'm excited by this project, guys. I could see my vision of how I wanted to replicate it, but because I hadn't actually tried it, I wasn't sure how well it would show up or come out, and I'm in love. I just love this. Right, let's have a look. I have, this is one of my new stamp sets I've just recently got from Close to My Heart. Somebody was destashing. Because if we look on the back of these, it doesn't cover the whole thing. There's just different elements. So we could pop something like that there. Let's try that. I don't think I've got a block big enough. So we're just going to have to kind of wing it. I could use my stamping platform, but I'm not going to. They used sort of a grey to black on the back. Do I want to use ground espresso again? I think that would be quite nice. It's just not as harsh as the black, is it? It's a little bit softer, a little bit more colour to it. And hopefully the stamp's okay, because I haven't tried the stamp. I'm just going to put it right in the middle there, towards the bottom. Just get those side bits that aren't on the block, sort of push them down a little bit. Oh yeah, that worked a treat. So I'm just thinking something up here. There's this little arrow, or there's this little heart, or a little pencil, email symbol, shopping cart, thumbs up, light bulb, West Star. I'm like, do we want to do like a little row of something? What about the wee light bulb? I think the wee light bulb is so cute, adorable. Gosh, I'm throwing stamps around all over the place here. So again, ground espresso, complete with cat fur attached. Let me get that off. Right, how am I going to do this so it's, I mean, that's not straight, but it's close enough. I would kind of like the light bulbs to be kind of straight. So maybe if I put it right near the bottom. Don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try. First one's okay, but can we get the next one? Oops, close enough. It's not quite. That's all right. Oh, how cute! How adorable. So instead of the like the squares and the stamp frame, we've just got 3 little light bulbs, and I think that's just too cute. Love it. Do we want to put, it's the word notes, do we want to add that? Could add that above it. Apparently got some red ink stuck on my block. I don't like it not straight on my block. It kind of throws off my eye. Should we just put that above it? Why not? Cool. How fun is that? It's a bit skew-whiff, but I love it. I love it. How are we going on time, guys? We have plenty of time. Let's do another one. So, excuse me reaching and making a mess here. So, pastry packaging. It's the ready-made rolled sheets that you get in a package, and they kind of have 2 sides of cardboard sandwiching them to keep them flat. Doesn't do a great job because it's not very heavy cardboard, but let's do one of these plainer ones. And see what that looks like. I think I'm going to prefer the coffee dyed, but you never know. And this is the other shape. So give this shape a try. that out the way for a moment. Don't need a ruler at the moment. Right, glue stick. And I can get a couple of tags at least off of this bit of cardboard, so that will be cool. I don't imagine I'll get any more than 2 done in this video though. I didn't leave myself enough paper to hold on to. So I'm rather making a mess here of crinkling the paper. Right, let's go right down here so we can make the most of our bit of cardboard. I think I've already used the other half for something. Right, I'm going to leave the black border again just because it's easier to cut round. Now the back of our other piece of cardboard had that lovely mottled brown colour. This one is white. Yeah, it's white. So we can stencil it, smush ink around, or cover it in writing paper, do something to take away from the white, or you can leave it white because the back of our examples are actually white. So whatever your preference is, or however far you want to take the project is up to you. Just got looks like a little lump of glue in under there, which I think should be covered by our image anyway. Right. Can't talk and cut. I can, but I just don't. Right, there we go. So again, I have lots of white around the edges that I didn't trim off. So in we go with vintage photo. And it actually looks pretty white, but it's not. If you compare it to the white, you know, it's not white, but on its own it kind of looks quite white-ish. That's all right. By the time we're finished, I'm sure it'll be just as lovely as the first one, just different. So getting that edge of brown again, not just the distressing, but just actually bringing it in as a border. You could actually go around with a couple of different tones of brown, because there are, on the example ones, there's a few different values of brown. There's a dark one on the edge, then a slightly lighter one, and then the lighter one in the background. So you could go around with a couple of different browns if you like, just to build up those layers. I think that would look pretty cool as well. Right, so stamping, let's do something a little different this time. Do we want to do some wood grain? Let's give it a go. We might not do the whole thing in wood grain. I think that would be a bit much, but maybe hit it in a few spots here and there. I might try the old paper this time instead of the coffee. Yeah, and a bit up the top. So almost the whole thing. Okay, cool. Bit of texture. I have this cute little house. This is another close to my heart stamp. And in the background is like a bingo card that I stamped that didn't turn out very well. And it's just on a bit of grocery bag, brown grocery bag. And I thought, well, I can use that stamping that didn't turn out as just like an extra background texture. So I'm going to tear this out rather than fussy cut. I'm going to just carefully tear it out. Oh, I do like that crunchy sound of paper. It's a very happy sound. So that's going to be our focal image. I'm not going to distress around the edge of it because I think that, yeah, that's not the look. Not the look I'm going for on this. Right, let's glue it on. I was just wondering whether I wanted to put book page or something behind it, but again, I just don't think that's actually what I want for this. Not on this one anyway. I think it's taking the idea and replicate it and then springboard and start doing different things as you go along and see, see where it takes you. That's super, super lovely. I just need to look at my reference one again. Not that one. Where's the other one gone? Okay. Do we want to do a bit of script as well? I have a smaller script stamp here. I've been doing a lot of stamping this week, haven't I? I think pretty much all projects this week have involved stamping of some description. I'm not upset about that. I love having a play with my stamps. And I did not plan it that way. I did not know that the week was going to turn out like that. So I think I'm going to do coffee for this. Oh yeah. Yep. And then some up there. And then maybe a little bit down the bottom, just, oops, can't stamp with the lid there. Just kind of hit those 3 spots. Yes. Cool, love that. Actually, better just take a moment to put the lid on my glue stick there. Otherwise it's going to dry and go all crusty. Right, words, we have forever, we have home, we have share the love. Home kind of fits, doesn't it? But do we want to stamp straight on this time as opposed to using what have we got that we might today? Just looking at what I've already got out, whether there's anything that jumps out at me. Condemned? No, I don't want condemned on there. Destination? Actually, destination could be quite fun. Let's use that. Collecting stamps on my blocks. Oh, this one's empty. So colour, I think again the ground espresso. I just love that depth of brown. I think it's really pretty. Scissors away for a moment. And I'm quite surprised by how well it's actually stamping the Distress ink. When I've tried it before, I haven't been overly excited by how it stamps because it kind of leaves gaps. But maybe it's because it's a dark colour that it actually works a little bit better. That's fun. Okay, I am also thinking again of text down the bottom or a number or something. Do I want dotties? Or coffee rings? We didn't use coffee rings on the other one. Maybe we want a coffee ring. Just while I think about just maybe a more subtle coffee ring. Colour. What colour do we want? I don't think I want to go sepia. It's too orange. If you think vintage photo is orange, sepia is even more orange in the Ranger archival. Apart from aged mahogany, which is more red, I don't have any more browns, I don't think. So we could go old paper, which I did there in the background. Oh gosh, make a decision. It's not like rocket science. It's not gonna, I'm gonna go vintage photo. Yeah, that was a good choice actually. Just overlap some of the rings there. So we've got it in 3 spots. Don't have to do 3, just my personal aesthetic preference. Okay, what next? I still think I need something down here. Do we want to use our word home? So we could have like destination home. Do I want to fussy tear it? Do I want to... I think I'll just cut it. Is it cold outside, Puss? He's gone straight in front of the fire. Snuggles is also in front of the fire, and he positioned himself right in front of it, in front of the fire. We've found there's a bit of pole positioning going on between the two of them when it comes to the fire. And sometimes if Snuggles hasn't left enough room for Puss, he'll actually batter away. I think... Yes, I'm wondering about a bit of book page, but a bit of this old, very fragile book page. Do we want to back it with a little bit of that? I don't want to use the image. Let's see what it's going to look like. Oops. Obviously doesn't like being torn that way. Enid Blyton book. I might do this and then think, no, I don't want that. And indeed I don't. It's too much with this torn. It's just like torn. Yeah, no, don't like it, but I will distress around this, was my second option. It was worth a go because I think that brown book page would look really nice, just needs to be used the right way. Okay, let's do that. Oh, making a mess. There was not enough glue, then there was too much glue, then there was glue everywhere. Destination home. Isn't that a happy thought? Right. Okay, the back at the moment quite white. Let's distress it. Of course, the backs of my examples that I purchased, they're not distressed on the back. But they're not junk journalists, I don't think. I don't know what the brand is or where they would have come from. I just saw them and thought they're really cool. Somebody probably will recognize them. Right, now I'm just going to kind of work that in a little bit more towards the center. Just using the residual ink on my brush. And there it's picking up any little marks, glue marks or things off my fingers, and that's just adding to that aged look. And suddenly, look at the difference. Doesn't that look cool? I think so. Right, okay, our stamp. I think I'm going to use the same stamp because I really liked how that looked, and maybe we'll try and get it straight. Try being the operative word. You don't have to put lines on, or you could use a pen to draw some. You could just leave it blank for writing on. But this is a new stamp to me, so it's like, you know, it's good to have an excuse to play with these things. Didn't buy it just so I could have it sitting around doing nothing. Although I didn't buy the set for the stamp, I bought it for something else that was in the set. But good to use all the bits if one can or wants to. Okay, so do we want to do the same thing at the top that we did with the other one, or do we want to... No, we're going to mix it up. Let's use this little important stamp out of the set. It's kind of straight. Gosh, there was a lot of ink on that. I think I was a bit heavy-handed on the ink there. Oh well, it makes fun drop paper, doesn't it? And it might take just a minute or two to dry on there. I think that's it. I'm just going to leave it like that, so I'm not going to do the little symbols. I could. And I'm double guessing. It's like, do I want to do the symbols? No, I'm going to leave it. I don't want to end up mucking this up because it's wet. So I think, are we done? Are we done? We don't really have time to do a third. I don't want to put that down because I can see it's not dry yet. But that's the two that we've made. I do love this one. I think that's my favourite one. but I also love that one. Like if I wasn't looking at this one, I would look at that one and go, yeah, I love that one, but I love this one more. What's your favorite? I'm also thinking about maybe a hole in this one. I have to be careful because of where I put the important. Let's do it. We've got a few minutes. Let's have an extra play. So I'm going to punch from this side so I don't, and that's not quite middle. Is that middle? Oh, it's going to be now. And hole reinforcer. Haven't used them for a while, so I had to grab them from under a stack of other stuff. And I've already got some that are pre-inked from these hole reinforcers. So that's cool. So it just goes slightly onto our stamped bit there. So these ones have this big like faux hole reinforcer here, and then it's got the punch out in the middle. So if I punch that out, you'll be able to see. And it's quite a big hole, that hole. It's quite big. Right, that side. And now that's still wet, so I'm going to try and put one on this side without smudging that ink. That's on the back. And do I want to put something through it? I think I'm just going to leave it as is, actually. I really like that. It doesn't need anything. I can decide when I use it in a journal whether I want to put a string or something through it. Don't need to do it now. So that's the project, using our examples that I purchased for the princely sum of 25 cents a piece. Super fun. And these are the ones that I did. I didn't even grab out the labels. I think the labels would be super fun on these though. So if you have some neutral labels, go to town. The two backs, so one that was the original box and one that I've coloured up. Oh, and I've messed up that ink. Obviously this is not so absorbent as this was. That's alright. It's got some aging, hasn't it? It just gives it a bit more distressed look. So I will set that above. Other ideas for things that you could use. Other book images. I was going to use this one, but we've run out of time. It's a little notebook, but it's also a storybook. So the story's on one side and then the back, usually the back is blank. So like for writing. And it's got these lovely black and white. There's no white there. Black and brown. So black on brown illustrations. So I thought they would look really cute. Book pages, dictionary pages, illustrated dictionary or encyclopedia pages with the beautiful etchings. They would look fantastic on here. But again, you don't have to go with just like that type of image. You could go colour if you like. You could do this, but do it colourful and make it bright and bold and beautiful, floral, whatever. Just do it in your style, but super fun. I love the neutrals. I think they're gorgeous. I'm just going to leave this one this way up until that dries, however long it takes. Thanks for joining me, my friends. I hope you have fun playing with this idea. I just think they're really pretty. Go grab the freebie over on Visual Vibes. So the link to the group is in the description box. Grab yourself a freebie. There are other freebies also in the album, so you can peruse and download whatever you like. Make sure you save them to your device and then print them off as often as you like. That's it for today. Take care, have a great weekend, and I'll be back again soon. See you then. Bye.